We had a great time with the new P47 by Top RC, which is a pretty direct competitor to the Eachine warbird. Today we're gonna take a look at the P39 Airacobra. This is a good looking version of an Airacobra. I like it. I mean, it might not be exact to scale, but for the size, it's really good. And I like the color that they went with too, even the detail on the spinner. Now guys, this plane, just like the others in this category, comes completely ready to fly with your transmitter, battery, and charger. It has the beginner flight stabilized mode, which makes it very easy and smooth to fly. The P47 did a great job, and I'm excited to see how the P39 does. It just looks like it's going to be fast, and I'm excited to fly it, so let's put it in the air and see how it does.
Ooh, much better takeoff than your last Top RC Hobby plane.
That was good. That was nice. I'm really happy with this one so far. This is great. I can tell already. This one's just flying super smooth. That's hands-free right there already.
Wow.
I like the red nose and I like the red tip on the tail. That was very easy to see on that pass. I wanted to see if I can show that off again, guys, here. This looks good. The P39 is awesome. Oh, doesn't that look sweet? That's nice. Yes, I like this a lot. I don't know if it's just the airplane. Maybe they all are going to need a little trimming or something when they come out of the box, or maybe you won't need any trimming. Oh, it's cool. I like this. This is great. Okay, so when you first power yours on and you throttle up, you're not going to get any throttle. It's a safety feature until you go full throttle and then back down to 0 throttle. Okay, so be aware of that. Nothing's wrong with your airplane. It's just a safety feature. This is something drones have done for a very long time, and sometimes these airplanes implement that too. So just wanted to throw that out there. They do come with landing gear, but I opted out of it. I think it just looks amazing without the landing gear because they're not retractable. If you take off and fly with the landing gear on, then they're just stuck down, and that just doesn't look as scale. So for me, I actually really like flying this with the landing gear off. Just do a hand launch and then belly landing in the grass. But for that whole flight time, it just looks better. Oh, I like that so much more. So the wind has picked back up, of course. I'd like to fly these on a calm day one of these days. Sorry, Abby. Because I'd like to try like an inverted pass or something. This actually, they're claiming that theirs flies in expert mode really well, but I'm just not feeling it. I just tried expert mode there and I can fly it in it, but it's just squirrely. I don't feel like I have a ton of control over it, so maybe you need to bind it up to a bigger, better radio for expert mode to work well. But again, when we're flying these small birds, I don't really expect them to have really good flying characteristics out of the beginner mode. Now here's something we didn't test with the P47 that I'm excited to test with the Airacobra. Abby, are you ready?
Yes.
Just keep a close eye on it. Here we go. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, I'm gonna try it the other way. Bear with me, all these are a little bit different. We have a stunt button, that's what I'm trying to do. Gotta do something. There's an acrobatic button, you press it, and then sometimes it's a flick of the right stick, sometimes you have to hold it. Trying to figure out how we're gonna pull this off. Press the button, pick a direction.
Press and hold the button.
Nothing. No, oh, there we go. There, it did it. It did it. So
nice.
I held it, and then I flicked the right stick to the right, and it did a roll.
Looks pretty good, actually.
Pull that off again. That wasn't bad. We did lose some altitude, which I was expecting. And what I did that time was a press and hold of the stunt button, and then flick the right stick. It's just not.
Hold both. Oh, you're over.
There, it did it. So it's like
you're over me, so I didn't get it.
Oh, it's a little confusing. So I'm going to press and hold that button, release it, and then I don't know. I can't get it to work consistently, but it did work. I guess we'll try it one more time. And this is very confusing. There, it's doing it at the same time. It's like it only works directly over our head when Abby can't record it. So who knows? And there's the P39 Airacobra. It's flying really well. I can get it nice and tight and aggressive in the beginner flight mode. I didn't have to trim this one up.
These little things are always so hard to film.
I didn't have to trim this one up at all. Just getting it out of the box, threw it right in the air, and it flies really well. The P47, I had to trim down a lot. It loved to climb. But this is one of my favorite looking mini warbirds. It's just probably the collar. I love that army olive green with the red spinner on there, and then that little tip of red on the tail. It just stands out really well. I'm banking this with rudder input, and it is flying super aggressively, super well. Again, I love the way this one looks. This is one of the better small warbirds I have ever flown. It's really good. The stunt thing, don't let that deter you, because I can never get these little mini warbird stunt buttons to work consistently on any of them. They all have like just a different, I don't know, you push it, sometimes it works.
So what's the intermediate mode do?
Intermediate probably should just let me bank further. Yeah, just more aggressive maneuvers.
Okay.
Definitely. Oh, that's nice actually. This one's good. This one's intermediate mode is really nice. I like that. I can keep it way more aggressive. I like that, Abby. That's really good. So if you wanted to fly in tighter, smaller dogfighting spaces like this.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, look, I mean, I can get the wing completely vertical without letting it go upside down.
It can. It takes those banks so fast, I just lose it.
Okay, so let's, now that the wind has died down, here's advanced again. And it's just, I just don't feel like, hold on, let's get a feel for it. Let's get a feel for it. Okay. I need to trim it some, I think. Okay, I just.
Oh my gosh! Every time you do a bank,
and it might be the radio. I don't know, but none of these warbirds, none of them, fly well in advanced mode, and I think these are right there with it. They say that they're some of the best, but I don't know, just not quite feeling that one. But the beginner mode and even the intermediate mode is really good on this Airacobra.
And this one comes with landing gear?
Comes with landing gear. I just opted out of it because I think it looks better flying. Look, see, even against that hillside, that red nose and against the ground, it just pops. It's really nice. Love how this one looks. And that's what I tell people. When you're buying these warbirds, get what one looks best to you, because they all fly great. Now there is one, and I think ironically, wasn't it the P47 Eachine bird?
I don't know.
It's one of those just wasn't very good, so you know, reviews are helpful. I love this though. This is really good. This is one of my favorites. Abby, let's bring it in for a landing just because my fingers are getting very cold. It's like 25 degrees out, super cold day. Plop.
Oh, so hard to film these things.
Am I right? I mean, that one just looks good, right?
Right.
The Airacobra, that's got to be one of my favorites. I didn't realize how much this tail tip would stand out while I'm just looking at it here on the ground, right? It just kind of looks cool. But when you're flying that, the red spinner and that red just pops, and it makes for orientation. It just makes it easier to see really well. And you've got that 1 star on this wing, so orientation on this plane is really good. Now they've got a new lineup. Luckily, it's not like the Eachine birds. They had that P51 and that's all they had for quite a while. Then Eachine came out with the Corsair and I think a Trojan. And I believe these guys have 3, I'm pretty sure. And I've got plans to get the BF109 on the channel too. So now we've got 2 of these and they are great. But you guys got to check them out for yourself. We'll have a couple different links, I think, in the description box below where you can pick them up. And in my opinion, the P47 was good. It let us know what we can expect with the airplanes, but it was just kind of like, I don't know, not as good as this. I think this one personally looks cooler. I'm not like the biggest fan of the P39 Airacobra, but I do like this version. I think it just looks great. So anyway, they'll be linked in the description box below. Know that using that link does help to support our channel and our family at no extra cost to you. It's a great way to just say thanks and to support what we do. And on the subject of thanks, just for this beautiful day. It is, it's a winter day. I know you watching at home, it doesn't look so bad, but it's like 25 degrees Fahrenheit out. It's super cold, but it's still beautiful and a good opportunity to get out and fly a nice little warbird. And for that, I thank God. I also want to say a massive thanks to our Patreon supporters, because we couldn't do what we do as often as we do it without your amazing support. So we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. You got to check out the P47 video as well. So we'll have that one popping up right about now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you there.
Bye.